In a fresh twist to US-India energy diplomacy, Russia and India have swiftly backed New Delhi's right to prioritize its own energy needs, brushing off US President Donald Trump's explosive claim that Prime Minister Narendra Modi promised to halt Russian oil imports. This comes as Trump ramps up pressure to block Moscow's war chest in Ukraine. Let's break it down. It all started this morning when President Donald Trump, speaking at the White House, revealed what he called a big step in his diplomatic push. He claimed Modi assured him during a recent call that India would stop purchasing Russian crude within a short period, adding he would pivot to China next.
We have a great relationship. No, we were not happy with him buying oil from Russia, because that lets Russia continue on with this ridiculous war where they've lost 1.5 million people, by the way. Russia's lost 1.5 million people, soldiers mostly. This is a war that should have never started, but it's a war that Russia should have won in the first week, and they're going into the 4th year. And I want to see it stop. So I was not happy that India was buying oil. And he assured me today that they will not be buying oil from Russia. That's a big stop. And he's assured me there will be no oil purchased from Russia. I don't know, maybe that's a breaking story. Can I say that? Would you say? There will be no oil. He's not buying his oil from Russia. It started. You know, you can't do it immediately. It's a little bit of a process. But the process is going to be over with soon.
Trump's word hit amid stalled US-India trade talks, and just 2 months after he slammed 25% tariff on Indian goods, doubling them to 50% as punishment for those very imports. US officials argue India's Russian buys, now at 1.6 million barrels per day in October, indirectly funds Putin's invasion in Ukraine. But India fired back with no confirmation on such promises. Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson Ranveer Jaiswal kept it measured. He stressed diversifying sources of stable prices and secure supplies, a stance unchanged since Russia's 2022 Ukraine invasion. Jaiswal highlighted ongoing talks to boost US energy imports, noting he would grow steadily, with September data showing an 11% jump in US crude buy despite a 12% export dip from tariffs. Russia wasted no time supporting its key partner. Ambassador Denis called the oil trade in tune with India's national interest, emphasizing its role in stabilizing New Delhi's economy amid global challenges. This echoes India's defense. Cheap Russian oil have saved billions, shielding consumers from price spikes. Now here is the irony at play. Trump's second-term victory in the US elections has all been about America first, laser-focused on US jobs, security and energy dominance. He champions putting his own country's interest above all, even renegotiating deals to favor Washington. Yet when nations like India or Russia acts the same way, diversifying imports to protect its own 1.4 billion citizens from energy shock, it suddenly becomes a global issue in his eyes, sparking tariffs and public scolding. Critics argue that this double standard shows Trump's me-first worldview, acceptable for the US but unacceptable for allies. As Commerce Secretary Rajesh Agrawal noted, India has headroom to ramp up US buys by $12 to $15 billion without refinery tweets, signaling willingness to balance ties without creating a hindrance. As trade negotiations heat up ahead of potential Trump and Modi summit in Malaysia, will this oil spat derail progress or forge deeper US-India energy pact? We'll bring you all the updates from Moneycontrol. Stay tuned for more global stories.